It's the 2K Sports pregame show.
Hey, Ernie Johnson here, and I'm joined by Kenny the Jet Smith and Shaquille O'Neal. Welcome to the NBA on 2K Sports. For tonight's game, we'll be watching the Golden State Warriors as they go up against the Charlotte Hornets. Checking out the Hornets, they haven't forgotten the fact that this team swept them last year in the regular season. This is a game they had circled going in. Well, when Kevin Durant joined the Warriors, one of the big questions was how Klay Thompson would adjust. He already had to share the spotlight with Steph, and now here's another superstar joining the fray. So that being said, a year into the experiment, how do you feel his role has shifted on this team?
Well, okay, go ahead, Shaq. Yeah.
Oh, you guys fight over it.
No,
you all both want to talk.
No, because we're going to share a role.
I was talking to Underdog the other day. I was anxious. Great question, Aaron. I was anxious to see who's getting most of the shots, and they're all taking the same amount of shots. You know, I think Klay's going to get a lot more wide open as a result of this move, but they're all taking similar shots.
Well, you know, Klay is probably the third option, but what a third option to have. Oh, my gosh. But he's probably getting easier shots than he's ever got in his career. The defense has to shift. They have to go double team. I'm sure he's not upset. And winning heals all ills.
That just about wraps it up.
Heals all ills? What the heck is
heals all ills.
Oh, ills. I thought you said heals all eels. Are we going fishing?
2K Sports welcomes you to the following presentation of the NBA.
We are in Charlotte, North Carolina. 2K Sports proudly brings you NBA basketball from the home of the Hornets. I'm Kevin Harlan, joined by the talented analyst tandem of Greg Anthony and Chris Webber. David Aldridge is on our sideline. The Warriors are in the midst of a road trip going into this one. And with tip-off coming up, we've got just enough time to hear from our good friend David Aldridge on the sideline. D.A., take it away.
Well, guys, Draymond Green's competitive fire is one of the big keys for the Warriors. He said, that's one of my biggest responsibilities, to be the vocal and emotional leader of this team. We have a lot of guys that are more on the quiet side. If nobody was willing to take that role, we'd just be a bunch of church mice. I thought, why not me? It's a natural for me anyway. Kevin?
He's the glue that holds the team together, D.A. Always important to have a guy who can fire up his teammates. Well, as the NBA season comes into full gear, you really start to see just how big the NBA season is. Chris, would you like to keep it at 82 games, or would you like to change it, maybe bring the schedule and the regular season number of games down a bit?
I like to keep it the same. I like to keep it the same because it is the same tradition that other players had to go through it. You know, the Magics, the Birds, you had to play 82 games. I don't think it's too much. And technology today is much better. You can come back, you can recuperate faster, you can come back from injury easier than players before this generation came. And so I say 82 games.
All right, let's set the floor. Courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. And Golden State looking at who they've got. The sharpshooters Curry and Thompson are at the 1 and the 2. Offense and defense with Durant and Draymond at the 3 and the 4. And it's Pachulia in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. And that one clearly a foul. Gets the whistle, and 2 shots coming up. That's on Dwight Howard.
And having led the league in free throw percentage a couple of times, Curry is not the guy you want to send to the line. And last season, a big one for Curry in the record book department. I mean, continued his march up the all-time three-made list. I mean, this is just incredible. When you also set the record for most threes in a game with 13, it was 12. A record he shared with Kobe and Donyell Marshall.
The first one falls. And with Curry hitting 13 threes in a game to set the record, honestly, you just knew it would be a matter of time, C-Webb. He had flirted with that record so many times before.
Yeah, and one reason why he didn't get it is because usually in those games when he makes that many threes, he's sitting in the fourth quarter because his team is blowing another team out. I mean, it happened in the game after Curry went 0 for 10 from the three-point line in a loss. You gotta love Curry's heart. Payback.
And at the line, it's all about consistency with him. His routine, his stroke, it never wavers.
Carter Williams kicks to Howard. Pass to Lamb. And so he earns a trip to the line. Official saw the contact, and he'll shoot two.
Now, Jeremy Lamb, I love his game. A very lengthy two-guard out of UConn. Still developing as a player, but he has some great flashes at times. Not terribly consistent shooter, but he's crafty, and he can get buckets. He knows how to make the most of his length on D as well.
Shooting two.
And he knocks down the first one. And with Lamb mentioning his length as a guard, last season he went off with an incredible 17 rebounds. Remember that game? Those are numbers, Chris, even centers dream of putting up.
Yeah, Kevin, I do remember that game you're talking about with Lamb. A lot of those rebounds came from his activity near the paint on both ends of the floor. When he forces himself to be involved in the action, he's at his best.
And looking at this Charlotte roster, really the strength of it is their perimeter play. A good collection of dynamic playmakers and shooters from that point guard to small forward position. They are the bulk of this team's offensive threats.
Now Carter Williams after the missed three from Stephen Curry. Here's Batum, and a great assist by Carter Williams as that one goes in.
Oh, man, and Batum is very effective on this drive. Just knows how to get his shots to go despite getting bodied up.
Durant dishes to Green. Durant against Batum. From the arc, and the basket by Curry. Curry's got 5 points so far. Greg, the Hornets were strong outside, but weak inside. I guess they've addressed that weakness, going for Dwight Howard.
Yeah, they went out and got what they felt could be an anchor on that front line. And listen, he's going to provide that rim presence that they lacked a season ago. The question is, can he also give them some punch offensively?
Here's Curry following the basket by Dwight Howard. Outside Curry. Floats one, Pachulia lays it up and banks it in.
In my opinion, he's more of a combo guard than a true point. Curry showing Hall of Fame vision that time.
Now here's Carter Williams. He had a 15-point outing in their last game against Orlando.
Yeah, but what about the passing? Crisp, decisive. He racked up a ton of assists, impacted the game in a number of ways.
Now here's Thompson. Here's Green, and it's Golden State with another.
This is what you like about Thompson, a shoot-first guy who's willing to make that extra pass.
Hornets trail by 3. Carter Williams with it. He's averaging just around 8.5 points a game. Here's Lamb. Green with the block. Now the Warriors moving it up. Durant's got the ball. Thompson inside the line. The basket good off the assist from Durant.
Getting that shot off quickly. Thompson can do so without needing any space.
Here's Carter Williams. Outside Batum. Williams with a clean look. Drains it from beyond the arc.
There's a chance he could go for a big game if they don't D him up on the perimeter.
Curry passes to Pachulia. Green, the screen. Pachulia kicks to Curry. Outside Durant. Carter Williams against Curry. That one falls. His second basket of the game. He's now 2 for 3.
The feel Curry has for scoring inside always looks like he has the situation under control.
Over in the corner, Lamb. Off target from three-point range. Warriors leading by 4. High arcing shot, and Green gets it to go.
Great presence there. You think that shot's going up, but gets dished to the open man.
Charlotte's gone 1 of 3 from beyond the arc so far in the game. And Lamb kicks to Batum. Howard against Pachulia. Durant with the steal. And then Durant with the jam.
Look, right there, that's not even fair. Durant just showing off his quickness and length on the defensive end. He gets the steal to jumpstart the fast break.
And that replay presented by Under Armour, showing us the fantastic steal that led to that fast break finish. Another unleashed chaos moment. Now here's Carter Williams. And here is Lamb. Back to Williams. 6 to shoot. So he gets the whistle. Contact on the way up and 2 shots coming up.
Yeah, it's been an interesting journey for Michael Carter Williams. He goes from Rookie of the Year to getting traded, then traded again. Had a lot to live up to after that award, but the expectations might have been a bit unfair.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
The first free throw is good. Well, you go back to Carter Williams in that award. He had good numbers, but not great efficiency in them.
Well, I think he's settling into his niche of being a serviceable, bigger point guard. He can run a team, and although he isn't dangerous, he isn't hurting you that much either. If he ever wants to make that jump, though, he's going to have to fix that jump shot.
Shaun Livingston, he's checked in for Golden State. He's perfect from the line this time.
Now, the former Rookie of the Year continues to improve. Carter Williams, he's a triple-double threat, thanks to his size and his passing skills.
Now, here's Thompson. A 23-point game for him in the win against the Pelicans in New Orleans. Durant kicks to Green. Second chance shot. And oh boy, a lot of contact there, but he gets the call and will shoot 2.
And you know what? You allow a guy to get right to the rim like that, that's your only option.
And the Warriors moved Bogut to clear space last season. Many thought they would have trouble filling that center role. But you know what? Pachulia was signed and was the perfect fit for that team.
Kevin, my man Zaza. I mean, he's a vet. He knew exactly what his role would be coming into the team. Still has a great skill set. Fantastic passer for a center. And he can keep possessions alive with his offensive rebound.
And he can't get the first one. He hits the second from the line.
And when you watch the Warriors, one thing that just jumps out is their passing. Everyone on this team, they allow the ball to dictate where it goes. Just unselfish to a fault.
Now here's Carter Williams. It's stolen by Livingston. The Warriors, another fast break opportunity here. Offensive rebound. Green dishes to Thompson. And too long on the shot.
Pretty high percentage look with the D playing off. Just couldn't knock it down.
Whoa!
Come on, man. The concentration that Batum has had on these and-one plays is amazing. He's used to finishing through physical contact.
And as great as Nicholas Batum is, the one issue he's dealt with, Greg, his entire career is staying consistent during games.
And with his skill set, it is hard for Batum to be completely absent. He can play, though, too passively at times when you know what he's capable of. And he's at his best when he is active and aggressive.
Free throw good, Nicholas Batum.
Well, so far, if you look at the totality, Batum has put together a very impressive career. He's had a great stroke from outside in addition to his outstanding defense.
Now, here's Livingston. And looking at his production, he averages a little more than 7 points a game.
He's still looking to get into a groove this quarter.
Now Lamb. After the missed 3 from Klay Thompson. here's Lamb. He's guarded closer. Batum attacking. Nice fake, but the layup off the mark.
Allowing no space for the shooter to get comfortable. Just terrific defense.
Yeah, that won't go on the stat sheet. Close to getting the block, but really will have the same effect.
Stone's checked in for Charlotte. And Golden State also making a change. JaVale McGee's checked in for Pachulia. So it's the Hornets now. 4-point game. They come into this one having outplayed the Magic last game.
And how about the defensive adjustments in that one? Their communication was brilliant all night.
Well, they really worked well together. They trusted each other. That's how you get stops.
Batum against Durant. Kicks it to Thompson. McGee a screen. 6 on the shot clock. Now here's Thompson. Covered by Lamb. That one from long range. Thompson's got 5.
And what you have to love about Klay, I mean, perfect form on his shot. Just so pretty from well beyond the arc.
Stone passes to Batum. Now the dish to Stone. Back to Batum. That shot misses. Warriors leading by 5. Green kicks to Livingston. Back to Green. McGee is screen on Howard. Here's Green. Here's McGee. And you know that's going to be goaltending, guys. So that's a free basket right there.
Just barely too late and catches it on the way down. He's already in the air there, committed, so can't fault him for going for the block.
Looking at who's out there now for the Hornets. Cody Zeller's checked in for Howard. Frank Kaminsky comes in for Williams. Kid Gilchrist, he's checked in for Nicholas Batum. And Monks subbed in for Lamb. Now Monk. He had 16 points in the win against Orlando. Kaminsky in the corner. Charlotte moving it around. And it's Kid Gilchrist penetrating. And a lot of contact on that one, so he'll shoot 2 here.
And when you look at Kid Gilchrist, and he is certainly known for his ability to defend and attack the rim. He's a terrific athlete, and he uses that athleticism on both sides of the floor. And just the prototype when you look at that hybrid forward position.
Gentlemen, 2 shots. Move shots.
They throw good. Michael Kid Gilchrist. And you look at the size and game of Kid Gilchrist. He is the opposite of what most GMs look for in that 3 spot. But Greg, he makes it work.
Yeah, I mean, most teams want a tall 3 that can stretch the floor. Kid Gilchrist isn't that, but still gets playing time because he's effective when on the floor. If you play defense like he does, you're going to find a way to get on the floor.
Well, we always hear about how some guys are locker room leaders or a veteran presence on a team. Chris, how quickly does someone establish themselves as a team leader? It's universally embraced by the rest of the team.
It's tough. You know, some guys can come in and do it day one, but I think that we've seen a lot of leaders grow, whether it was a great leader like a 2-time MVP in Nash. It took some years first for him to understand himself and then kind of let his leadership you follow that on the court. We bring that to today with a guy like a John Wall. It's taken him about 4 or 5 years to really learn to be around veterans, but guys are coming in younger now, and so I think that it's going to take a little bit of time to develop, but as long as they're continuing to learn, as long as they're continuing to put the effort out, because you're a leader first by what you do, not by what you say. And so if you are trying to figure your way out and work hard, then you're being a leader. People are figuring it out. It's usually when does the vocal part come in along with kind of leading by an example. And so I think for every person it's different, but it's a lot of fun watching because when they get to that point, you've definitely seen some development and growth from them mentally and physically when you know they've taken over the reins like a guy like John Wall has.
Good insight. Young's shot is off.
And right from the start, Kevin, they've been pounding the glass. Most of those 50-50 balls also going their way.
Shot by Zeller, no good.
That type of defense doesn't always get it done, but it does the job that time.
And again, it's the Warriors missing. Stone kicks to Zeller. Gets to the rim for two with the D all over him. Zeller's got his first 2 points of the night.
He has great body control for a big man. Zeller takes the hit, but keeps on finishing.
Warriors leading by 5. Now here's Livingston. No scoring yet from him, but that's likely to change. McGee a screen. Young left side. That's tipped.
And registering one of the highest verticals at the NBA Combine, Zeller can send your shot back.
And Kid Gilchrist gets it to go in.
Absolutely fearless. I mean, a nice subtle adjustment there going up against Wentz.
Well, this is just another case where being aggressive wins out.
Now here's West. Over in the corner, Livingston. Shot from 12. That one doesn't drop. And it's the Hornets taking it the other way. They're getting their first look of the season at the Warriors in this one.
Yeah, interconference matchup. Two teams that'll see each other only twice on the schedule.
And that makes it interesting. They don't know each other all that well, so we should see a lot of in-game adjustments.
Now here's Livingston following the miss by Frank Kaminsky. And he gets it to go.
Oh, and a nice look by Livingston, keeping his eyes up, locates the man.
Hornets trail by 5. Over in the corner, Zeller to the wing on the left. Here's Monk. Drills it from outside. Monk's got himself on the board with 3 there.
And good passing, setting up a lot of these buckets right now, Kevin. That's been the key.
Iguodala kicks to Young. Baseline J on the way. Zeller grabs the board. Last outing for Golden State, they won that game against New Orleans.
Away from home, you got to execute, and they did that flawlessly.
Yeah, and they also controlled the pace of the game for most of the night. Outstanding effort in a hostile environment. He's been off target for the most part, but it hasn't held them back as a unit.
Here's Stone. And it's all evened up.
And that's what the pump fake's there for. Get your man off his feet and drive right around him.
Iguodala against Kid Gilchrist. Iguodala with it. He's been patient so far. Nothing yet on the scoreboard. McGee a screen. Young outside. Tie game here in Charlotte. After this break, we'll be back with the start of the second quarter on 2K Sports. And the basketball bloodlines of Klay Thompson. He tells us how his father and brother have become so involved with his success.
Dad always watches more film than me. And I watch film too. Not saying I don't. But they're both fans, and they have a huge passion for the game. That's why they're still around it.
Yeah, you know, it's great to have that blend of support and competitiveness around you really your whole life.
Yeah, you can try to put a little something over on your coaches from time and again, even your teammates maybe, but family, they'll check you every time.
And the second quarter getting underway. No team gaining an edge so far. And let's quickly break down the game, guys. We've been watching from the Hornets.
Through that first one, they've turned this thing into a track meet.
Well, I'll tell you what, when you allow them to speed up the tempo, there's a good chance you're going to fall behind.
The forwards are Kid Gilchrist and Kaminsky. Julian Stone is out there with Monk, and it's Zeller in at the 5 spot. So that's who Charlotte starts the second with. The Warriors leading. And the Hornets team that, while they have added rotation players via the draft, they haven't been able to draft a star to build around yet.
Well, and with the Hornets, their best pick has been Kemba Walker back in 2011. I mean, they've traded away a lot of their picks right after making them. However, that might change as they lucked out with Monk falling to them.
And we've got an update here, so let's catch up with David Aldridge.
Guys, Kevin Durant is a unique player. LeBron James said he's a 7-footer with 6-foot ball handling skills. jump shot, and athleticism. It's never been done in our league. Never had a guy that's 7 foot and can do all that, so it sets him apart. Kevin, I'm 6 feet tall, and I can broadcast.
You can, and you can write, and by the way, you're in the Hall of Fame. D.A., thank you. Now Monk. After the missed 3 from Stephen Curry. Here's Kid Gilchrist. Connects from 3-point range. Kid Gilchrist has got 7 points in the game.
And the confidence from Kid Gilchrist, absolutely no hesitation shooting off the pass.
Iguodala dishes to Curry. Tried to come right back with the 3 of his own, but it's no good. Charlotte's gone 3 of 5 from beyond the arc so far tonight. Stone passes to Monk, fires the 3, and again, Charlotte with the triple.
Yeah, that's too good a look to give him from behind the arc.
Warriors trail by 4. Iguodala kicks it to West. Back to Iguodala. On the pass to Curry. Here's the 3. That falls. Nice feed that time from Andre Iguodala. Curry's got 5 points now in the quarter.
You know what? Teams are 100% focused on Steph defensively, yet he still creates space beyond the arc.
Feeds to Stone. And the rejection by Iguodala. And Kid Gilchrist kicks to Kaminsky. Second shot opportunity. And that one hits back iron.
Yeah, good interior D there prevents the deuce.
Oh, wonderful anticipation. He reads the play perfectly, then with the quick reaction time.
Now, here is Young. Taking a look at his stats, he's averaging around 9.5 points a game. Curry kicks it to West. Over Kaminsky. The offensive rebound, and the whistle blows as the basket counts, and a 3-point play chance right here. 1 free throw coming up.
I mean, the number of points they've scored in the paint already here is eye-opening.
The Warriors have been successful on 3 of their 4 free throw attempts up to this point.
Yeah, and over the course of the season, they're a respectable 78%. That comes in handy in close games.
So a whole new group on the floor now for Charlotte. Then for the Warriors, Pachulia. He's checked in for West. Kevin Durant comes in for Andre Iguodala. And it's Klay Thompson in for Young. The free throw off from McGee.
You know, something we've seen a few times that the Warriors went through last season was super teams needed time to gel. Not the same incredible start for the Warriors. They weren't able to match their 73-win season. But who cares when you bring home that chip?
Guys, what a tight start to the game this has been.
And it's still in the first half. This could be a wild one.
And Thompson kicks to McGee. Curry on the wing. Knocks down the 3 ball. Curry's got 8 points in the quarter. As the games went on, however, the Warriors looked more and more cohesive as a team. Took some bumps getting there, but it was worth the wait.
Well, we saw the same thing in Miami with LeBron, Bosh, and Wade, or in Boston with KG, Pierce, and Allen, and so on. So finding your roles and figuring out who needs to do what. It's a big part of NBA basketball. Warriors were not exempt from that, even with Durant.
The Warriors have gone 4 of 8 so far here in the second quarter. Picked by Pachulia. Curry kicks to Durant. Curry a screen on Carter Williams. Carter Williams against Durant. Shot clock at 6. 14 feet away. Again, Golden State.
Well, it's not always shots from deep that Durant will beat you with. He'll eat you up with the mid-range game as well.
Carter Williams kicks to Batum. Here's Williams. It's rebounded by Golden State. Pachulia's got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight. Shoots over Batum. Here's McGee. And the shot falls short this time. Charlotte's gotten both of their 3-point attempts to go down here in the second quarter. A baseline J. No good from Lamb. Warriors have gone 5 of 11 from the field since the beginning of the second quarter. A shot by Thompson, and no one's around. Off the mark there with the 3-point shot. Here's Carter Williams. Good, great play by Williams to set it up. Carter Williams has got it all tied up now for Charlotte.
Look, Carter Williams is a fantastic feel for inside the paint. Defenders have a tough time dealing with his size.
And McGee kicks to Curry. Dwight Howard pulls it in. Howard's got his 5th rebound right now in the game. Passes to Batum. Warriors with the rebound. And up the court come the Warriors on the break. Pushing it up. The shot's good from McGee. McGee's got 4 points this quarter.
And such a smart pass from Curry. There isn't much this guy can't do with the ball in his hands. He sees the whole court.
Now here's Lamb. He's coming off a 19-point game against Orlando.
And there really was a physical aspect of his performance that was off the charts. He was taking it right at him, and he just kept getting those calls and getting to the line.
When Marvin Williams came into the NBA out of North Carolina, the world was expecting a lot out of him, mostly because of where he was drafted, which was number 2 overall back in 2015. He hasn't lived up, Chris, to those draft position numbers, but he has been a solid contributor his entire career.
Well, it's not his fault the GM picked him that high, so I don't know. I think most players knew what his potential was. I just think that was a mistake of a GM. But for Marvin, it took some time, but he's grown into playing the power forward position. He came in as a 3, believe it or not, so I always thought he was at a disadvantage. He's always been able to shoot and stretch the floor from that spot, but now if he had played the 4, coming in and stretched out bigger guys, I think that would have been more advantageous for his game.
Draymond Green, he's checked in for JaVale McGee. And Williams drops them both. And Chris, when you played, you were known as a guy at your size who could rip and run, take it coast to coast. You look around the league now, who are some of the best big men ball handlers?
Oh, you love it. If you get that board, you got to be able to take it, speed up the offense. We've seen Draymond just have a field day doing it with all the players on his team that can knock it down and score. Blake Griffin, Anthony Davis. We've even seen Paul Millsap and Julius Randle do it a little bit. So I love the fact that if you can get that board and push it, it makes it easier because you don't have to look for the outlet. You can actually find that point guard, that 2 guard in transition, and let them score, and you be the facilitator.
And it's out of bounds. They say it was last touched by Williams. Now here's Livingston. Carter Williams covering. They set the pick. Durant kicks to Thompson. Over Lamb, and Thompson gets it to go in on the assist by Durant. Durant's got 3 assists now in this one. Charlotte trailing. Here's Carter Williams. Outside, Batum. Count that as his 4th basket of the night. Just 7 shots to get there.
And when you're open, Carter Williams will find you. He knows his role well.
Now here's Livingston. Carter Williams covering. Livingston kicks to Thompson. Over Lamb. Again the miss by Thompson. Charlotte has gone 4-6 from outside the arc tonight. Here's Carter Williams. Here's Williams. Another shot. And count it. He'll head to the line with a chance to make it 3.
Well, over time, I would say Williams has morphed into a reliable small/power forward, especially in his rebound.
And Marvin Williams, for a long while, had been viewed as a tweener. You know, a player who was stuck somewhere, Greg, between the small and power forward positions.
Yeah, and for a lot of players, that is plenty to get you minutes. I mean, Williams has improved on his defense here later in his career. And he's shot more threes, and it's really become a weapon for him over the course of his career.
And that one falls for Williams.
At this point in his career, Williams knows his role. He doesn't play outside of himself. You love that about him. He focuses on playing within the system.
They set the screen. Green, the screen. Green with the screen on Williams. Outside, Green. No good from outside. Hornets leading by 3. And here is Carter Williams. Pass to Williams, and there's the feed to Howard. Batum dishes to Williams. Down to 5 on the shot clock. He's looking for Howard and finds him over Green. Green with the block.
And there's the standout D of Green again. Excellent at utilizing his length to turn away shots.
Durant, the pass to Thompson. And again, no good by Golden State.
And the shots just continue to say no in terms of falling.
To the inside, Pachulia with the steal. And even 3-on-3 break. Three-pointer. Again, the miss by Thompson.
Well, I'll tell you what, he's going to buy himself a ticket to the bench if he keeps shooting it like that. He has been putrid here this quarter.
Howard with this screen on Durant. And Batum kicks to Lamb. Clock at 6. Charlotte needs to get a shot up. Williams can't hit.
The D really smothered him there and didn't allow him to get a clean look.
And Thompson kicks to Durant. And the wide open shot from Green. And he can't stop this drought. Another miss. Lamb up top. He's covered by Thompson. Here's Batum. Durant with some nice D. Warriors trail by 3. Goes up on the wing. That one's all good. Now he's 3 for 5 from the field.
Always keeping his head up. Draymond rarely misses the open man.
Carter Williams kicks to Batum. Back to Carter Williams. Green with the block. But they'll get another chance. Howard dishes to Carter Williams. Batum for 3. Batum with another miss.
Yeah, not a great shot there, especially when you got a lockdown defender guarding.
I mean, there had to be a better option that time down the court. That's just a missed opportunity.
The shot by Thompson, no good.
No three-pointers for him in the second quarter yet, but he did have one in the first.
Here's Lamb. Outside for Batum. And Batum throws it down.
Whenever Batum gets a lane to the hoop, he's looking for the throwdown. The D has to do better against him.
Warriors trail by 3. Guys, they're looking for a way to score here.
Yeah, they've had a tough time taking the lid off.
And the Warriors decide to take their first time out here. And Chris, as we know, the Warriors are expected to move over to a brand new arena in San Francisco in the upcoming years. Actually, ground broke in early 2017.
Well, it's always going to be the Bay Area's team, that's for sure. I've seen the renderings of the new stadium, and they look absolutely amazing. You just hope it keeps the same atmosphere and it allows the same fans to come.
Looking at who's out there now for the Warriors. West is checked in for Pachulia. Iguodala comes in for Kevin Durant. And Nick Young is subbed in for Thompson. And slam dunk by Kid Gilchrist.
Defending Kid Gilchrist, you got to make him a shooter. Much too dangerous when he's attacking the rim.
1:21 left now here in the second. Iguodala against Kid Gilchrist. Iguodala kicks to Young. And it's West in the corner. No good from outside.
And offensively, they've gotten stuck on the perimeter, falling in love with the jumper.
Here's Monk. No good on the triple.
And close to making the defense pay for the lax coverage that time.
Green battles through traffic and lays it in. Green's got his 3rd basket of the night right there.
Well, Green embraces contact. We all know that. He loves owning the defense by finishing strong.
Stone kicks to Zeller. That 3 off the mark. Warriors trail by 3.
If they increase the tempo, they got a chance at a 2-for-1.
Yeah, it's a combination of urgency and efficiency. Let's see how they execute.
Inside, West with the steal. Young passes to Iguodala. Green, the screen. Iguodala kicks to Livingston. From deep. And a pretty tightly contested game here as we end the first half. It's Charlotte up 3. And now let's catch up with David Aldridge, who's standing by from the sideline. All right, Dave.
Kevin, thanks. Here with Coach Steve Clifford. Steve, what's the focus going into the second half?
The big thing is they've got so much offense, and they have so many guys who come in and score. You got to play every possession defensively, and it's got to be every single possession.
Coach, thanks very much for your time. Back to you, Kevin.
Thanks, David. And we'll be back shortly following halftime to get the third quarter underway.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Welcome back, folks. Ernie Johnson here alongside Shaquille O'Neal and Kenny the Jet Smith. The first quarter for the Hornets was fairly even. They never got too far behind as their largest deficit in the period was 8. The second quarter was a tight battle, but they were the slightly better team. Not by very much, however. Kenny, let's get your take on Charlotte.
You can see where the priorities are. Rebounding, and then more rebounding. They made a concerted effort to get the glass cleaned.
Shaq, what are your thoughts on Golden State?
Well, the low turnovers really stood out to me. They didn't get loose with it or make silly passes. Nothing was forced. They had a nice flow to the offense. Guys knew where to be on the floor. That's the heads-up style of play they need to bring in the second half.
And that's all we can do for now. As the second half begins, we get you back to Kevin Harlan.
The third quarter now beginning. Both sides looking to pull away in the last half of the game. Really an incredible game from Stephen Curry.
Yeah, and sometimes you find yourself in a role you're not comfortable with, but his passing in the first half really was impressive.
Yeah, and some of it is based on how the defense is playing you. He didn't force things. Instead, he rewarded his teammates.
Welcome back, everyone. The second half about to get underway, and it's been a close one so far. Setting the floor for the Warriors. Offense and defense with Durant and Draymond at the 3 and the 4. Thompson is out there with Young. And it's Pachulia in at the 5 down low. And Chris, as your career progressed, your free throw shooting percentage jumped up about 20 points higher than when you started. That's not the case for a lot of players. Just how hard is it for a big man to improve their free throw shooting throughout their career?
Okay, that's probably one of the things I'm proudest of is that I have the record for going from worst to that best improvement, and I worked out hard. I had a shooting coach, Buzz. We worked out every summer. I would take him everywhere with me, Kev. I mean,
really?
I would take this guy to the club, to church, to a restaurant, to he'd have to wait outside the bathroom. Everywhere I went that summer, I wanted him, with me because you have to focus and concentrate on it. You think about it, you have to change not only your mental habits, your repetition, but your thought process. So step 1 is the figuring out that shot. Step 2 is how many repetitions. Step 3 is can you get that in game time atmosphere, and you really can't unless you punish yourself in the summer with running. So if you have to do a suicide every one you miss, or it just was so much work and intensity on it because you have to build up so much trust, because the reason why guys shoot bad free throws, they don't trust it. They shoot a different way every time. And it was fun becoming better at that, but that's probably one of the toughest things I've ever done was get better at shooting free throws because the concentration and the time allowed it to try to improve.
Curry can't get it to go. Charlotte leading by 5. Now Carter Williams. He kicks to Howard. Foul call that time on the way up. That'll give him 2 chances at the free throw line here. And just a year ago, it seemed that things were set in place for Howard, playing for his hometown team. But in a surprise trade, he was moved out to Charlotte.
And there seems to be a lot of reasons for the trade. I mean, Howard wasn't the right fit in Atlanta, a team trying to get smaller and younger. Never easy to get traded from your hometown team.
He's off on the first.
Well, free throwing was never the strength of Howard's game.
Sean Livingston, he's checked in for Golden State. He hits the second from the line. And with sponsors coming to NBA jerseys this season, Hornets fans have to be pleased with their initial sponsor. Makes perfect sense when an owner also owns a shoe brand.
Well, yeah, and Brand Jordan as the owner sponsor just made too much sense. You like how seamless and unobtrusive it's been. If you have to have a jersey sponsor, you can do a lot worse than the Hornets.
6 on the shot clock. And Jeremy Lamb, the bucket on the assist by Howard. 11 points for Lamb.
He spots up so well off the ball. Lamb, an excellent all-around jump shooter.
Durant kicks to Livingston. He feeds it to Green. Here's Pachulia. Rebounded by Howard. Howard's got his 7th rebound here tonight. Here's Batum, and Durant sends it back.
Well, Durant covers a ton of ground with his length, using his wingspan to wipe away shots.
.90 seconds now into the second half. Howard.
And they're 1 of 4 here to start the second half.
A chance to extend the lead to double digits, but it's no good. Thompson with the bucket.
Not many guys more lethal on the catch and shoot. That's an easy bucket for Thompson.
Now here's Lamb. 11 points in the game. This is to Carter Williams. Pass to Howard. And denied. He sends it right off the glass.
Ooh, and this is turning into a slow start here in the second half. Seems like they left that offense in the locker room.
And he's got great length for a point guard, and it served him well on that play.
Now here's Carter Williams. Williams dishes to Howard. It's stolen by Green. And here's the fast break. Durant leading the way. A little over 2.5 minutes off the clock in this final half of play.
Creating the turnover, jump starting the fast break, things Draymond does very well.
Lamb with the ball. He's playing a pretty big role for him at the offensive end, averaging about 12.5 points a game. And he uses the glass on the layup. And that's now 6 points for Michael Carter Williams.
They didn't have much of a problem getting the ball into the post that time.
Green with a screen on Carter Williams. Picked by Pachulia. Durant for 3. It's not going to go for him. And it's the Hornets taking it the other way. Their biggest lead of the game was 9. They'll be playing host to Chicago for their next game. And that'll be the 3rd of the 4 straight at home.
And you can see he just didn't get squared up with his feet.
A little under 2.5 minutes off the clock now here in the 3rd. Williams.
And Durant had that fire in his eyes there that he was going to bother that shot at all costs.
Picked by Pachulia. The shot by Thompson, no good. Charlotte leading by 5. And Batum kicks to Lamb. And Durant, here we go. Durant with another miss. For Charlotte, they've gone 2 of 7 from the field in the 3rd. That leaves room for improvements here. Kicks it to Howard. Williams, a screen on Green. There's the pick. Lamb, good. Lamb's got 13.
Standing just over 6'5" with a 6'11" wingspan. Yeah, Lamb can be a difficult guard to defend when he sneaks inside.
And let's take a look at the playmaking here. This chart with the assist totals split between the front court and the back court tonight for Charlotte.
And their guards have been the ones to really set the tone here tonight with their ability to create shots. You talk about the big fellas. They love to play with guards who try to keep them involved offensively.
For Charlotte, they've gone 3 of 8 so far in the 3rd quarter, looking to lock in that rhythm. Screen by Howard. Carter Williams kicks to Batum. Back to Carter Williams. Stolen by Durant. And here comes Livingston, leading the fast break. He feeds it to Green. Out of bounds. Charlotte takes possession.
A moment here to check out Kevin Durant. He's been on a remarkable tear this past month. He's putting up about 21 points per, 6 rebounds, and 3 assists. What incredible numbers. He has been a beast.
Yeah, impossible to check right now. When he's on a roll like this, there's not much you can do to stop him.
Howard, the pass to Lamb. Back to Howard. Here's Carter Williams. His three-pointers off the mark. Warriors trail by 7. Thompson outside. Shoots a fader, and that one is good. Thompson's got 4 this quarter.
Oh, and as the son of a great basketball player in his own right, Klay Thompson in some ways has already exceeded what his father could ever achieve.
Lamb, good.
Yeah, that was the 3rd straight high percentage look the defense has allowed. The defenders have got to start putting bodies on bodies.
Carter Williams kicks to Williams. He dishes it to Batum. And he was fouled on the way up. 2 free throws now for him.
Well, you rarely get to see a player like Batum who has such a dynamic game at the shooting guard spot. He's one of the best rebounders at his position and defenders. Terrific passer and a very unselfish player.
And with Batum, he is one of the elite rebounding guards, no doubt. A large part of that is because of his height and length as a shooting guard.
Well, Batum is listed as 6'8", but he has a wingspan of a condor. I mean, his wingspan is reported at 7'4". Just an all-around great player who gives you so much when he's on the floor.
And the first one drops. Some changes for Charlotte. Cody Zeller's checked in for Howard. Kaminsky comes in for Marvin Williams. And Michael Kidd-Gilchrist subbed in for Lamb. Andre Iguodala. He's checked in for the Warriors. Young comes in for Sean Livingston. And both free throws good for Nicholas Batum.
Well, and you hear about the Warriors having, an unfair amount of talent. I mean, there's a little bit of truth to that. This roster stacked when you look at 2 MVPs of the heart and soul of guys like Draymond Green and Andre Iguodala. When you look at a sharpshooter like a Thompson, I mean, of course, those guys can play. But still, 4 All-Stars on the team has happened plenty of times in the past, but I would beg to differ that is, misleading because I don't know if the 4 players were individually as good as some of the guys on this team.
Now here's Batum after the miss from Andre Iguodala. Batum, good.
Kevin, Batum catches fire so quickly. He's very aggressive on offense.
They could use a big shot here to get this offense going.
Too many empty possessions. Right now, they need a basket.
Now a timeout called by Golden State. Well, last season, a nice return to action for Michael Kidd-Gilchrist. He was forced to miss almost all the 15-16 season with an injury. Only played in 7 games, but Chris, last season, he was able to get back in the flow of things.
Oh, yeah. Missing that year for MKG was tough as it disrupted the work he made. I mean, he had improved on his outside shooting and his game before the injury, but he was forced to almost relearn what he had gained after missing so much time.
Some changes for Charlotte. Monk's checked in for Batum, and it's Stone in for Carter Williams. Then for the Warriors, West is checked in for Draymond Green, and Steph Curry subbed in for Kevin Durant.
And that's just a careless play, and part of the reason right now they're trailing.
And the Warriors making a change here. McCaw's checked in. Hornets leading by 12. Here's Stone. Picked by Zeller. Here's Monk. It's rebounded by West.
Look, you can't defend down low much better than that. Refuses to give him an easy path to the bucket.
McCaw, the pass to McGee. There's the dish to West. Just 5 on the clock. West draws the double. Golden State needs to get off a shot. He got right to the cup using that screen.
Oh, simple screen, but there was a defensive mix-up that left the man wide open.
Monk dishes to Kaminsky. The pass to Kidd-Gilchrist. To the middle. And finished off by Kaminsky.
That's the awareness that Kid Gilchrist has out there. Excellent at knowing where the open man is.
Pick by West. McCaw kicks to Young. Passes it to McCaw. Off the pick. And the jumper falls for him. McCaw has got 4 this quarter.
And that's what you give up when you don't fight over the screen.
A lot of times your defense is your offense is your defense. This is poor decision-making right here. You can't let them have that shot. Also might have been a lack of effort.
Here's Stone. And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Michael Kidd Gilchrist. That's his first foul.
Turnovers weren't a story for him early on, but that's changed. And now they're definitely having trouble keeping possession and momentum.
The Warriors making a switch here. Thompson's checked in. McGee a screen. West with the ball. Kaminsky's there. The shot's good from McGee.
Oh, just a solid screen to free him up. Makes the layup possible.
Charlotte leading by 8. Pick by Zeller. Here's Stone. Knocks it loose. West with the steal. Iguodala with it. Picked up by Kidd Gilchrist. Pulls up. Feeds it to Thompson. Pass to West. Over Kaminsky. It's rebounded by Charlotte. They've held a 12-point lead earlier.
And they continue to control the glass.
Stolen by McGee. And it's the Warriors on the break. Thompson from long range. Monk grabs the board. Monk's got 3 rebounds now in this one.
He hit a 3 in the first half. Now he's searching for his first outside shot in the second half.
Yeah, heard the whistle and then kept his focus and able to still knock it down. And maybe not as highly touted as some other guards that went before him, but Malik Monk can be scary on the floor. He can get hot like no other, and once he's dialed in, the points just seem to flow.
And Greg, as you said, Monk has that ability to take over with his shooting.
I mean, Monk looks to get going with his scoring at all times, and he's just got that shooter's mentality where all shots are good shots. That can be a positive and a negative, but I prefer he have that aggressive mentality when it comes to scoring the basketball. And starting to send guys to the line way more than they need to. Let's get some good position defense going here. That should be the emphasis, and get away from the sloppy fouls.
Warriors trail by 11. Thompson passes to Young. Wants to get it to Iguodala and does.
Well, you know, some people say Andre Iguodala is on the decline as an offensive option, but his impact on the floor is still clear as day. He keeps the ball moving with his great spacing. He keeps that tempo and that pace, and he's still a strong finisher because he only takes high percentage shots that he's comfortable with.
Shooting 2.
The first one falls.
Oh, he turns it up, and though Iguodala has become a long-range shooting threat, he still managed to struggle from the line.
Both shots good from the stripe. Hornets leading by 9. Monk dishes to Zeller. No good with the layup. And with Iguodala, he isn't going to be a double-digit scorer again, it seems, the former All-Star. But you know what, Chris? He is still incredibly valuable, so productive just with his floor presence.
Iguodala is a perfect example, Kevin, of a guy who can change the game without even putting up a lot of stats. The defense that he brings to the table, that isn't slowing down either.
Monk with the ball, and it's Iguodala picking him up. And Malik Monk is going to pick up the foul. That's his first foul.
Oh, great defense. They anticipated the play and got there first.
Warriors trail by 9. Iguodala kicks to Thompson. West a screen on Kid Gilchrist. McGee a screen. Iguodala the pass to Thompson. That one falls. Coming off Iguodala's feed. Iguodala's got 3 assists now in this one. Charlotte has gone 2 of 3 when they ventured outside the arc in the third quarter. There's the pick. Monk kicks to Kaminsky. The feed to Stone. Pick by Zeller. And he hits it and gets hacked on the play. A 3-point possibility if he can convert the free throw.
And not quite as aggressive from outside as they were in the first half. Sticking to the high percentage shots, playing smart with the lead.
Pachulia, he's checked in for JaVale McGee. One thing that I think many players and certainly many other coaches, Chris, in the NBA love about Steve Clifford is his brutal honesty. He will pull no punches with you.
Yeah, reporters just can't throw cliche phrases at him during the press conferences or he'll dismantle him. The frankness he has with the media and players is one reason players like playing for him.
Monk with the ball, picked up by Thompson. Monk's shot's good.
And Monk is used to that aggressive type defense, especially when he's that close to the basket. Takes pride in really taking on the teeth of the defense.
Here's Iguodala. Following the basket by Malik Monk. Thompson dishes to Pachulia. Pick by West. Here's Thompson. Rebounded by Kaminsky. Hornets leading by 11. Monk, the pass to Kid Gilchrist. Here's Zeller. Excellent D there from Pachulia.
Some tough D in the paint, getting between him and the bucket and stopping the easy goals.
Iguodala kicks it to West. And again, no good by Golden State.
Whoa, the D caught a break on that play. I'm sure that is not the plan, leaving him so wide open.
There's a 4-second difference from the shot clock to the game clock. Dishes to Monk. Out left to the wing. Shot clock at 5. Takes the 3. And another 3 for Charlotte.
And Monk has proven that he is a terrific scorer from the perimeter. When he's in rhythm, he has no problem letting it fly.
And so it's Charlotte with a 14-point lead as we bring the quarter to a close. Their strategy has been clear tonight. Work the ball inside, get shots in the paint, and now they are scoring with ease. And we've got more NBA action on 2K Sports coming your way after this break. Now let's listen in to head coach Steve Kerr.
Offensively is our problem. We're getting bogged down. We got to move the ball. Let's settle in right now. Settle in.
Steve Kerr trying to get his guys locked and loaded. More activity with the basketball in their hands probably.
Yeah, it's easy to catch the rock and hold it. You want to be the hero, but you've got 4 other guys out there with you.
And we're rolling here again with the fourth quarter. Might not come down to the wire, but you never know. MKG and Zeller at the forward duo. Jeremy Lamb out there with Monk. And it's Howard in at the 5. So that's the lineup for Charlotte. He kicks to Kid Gilchrist. It's rebounded by Golden State. Pachulia's got rebound number 10 tonight with that last one. Back to Young. over Monk. They get it back.
Always better to be lucky than good when it comes to offensive rebound. And unless you're as good as he is, then those tip-ins are all about skill.
Zeller, a screen on West. Pass to Monk. Here's Howard, and it's Howard finishing it off.
And you need an army to keep Howard away from the basket. He's so superb in snatching up offensive rebounds.
Young outside. He feeds it to Thompson. Back to Young. Picked by West. With the floater. That shot off the mark. Excellent D from Howard. Here's Monk. Make it 5 for 10 with him in that bucket.
They're doing a really good job of getting the ball inside and attacking the paint. That's an area they have completely dominated.
Iguodala dishes to Thompson. Fires from the wing. Rebounded by Howard. Howard's got rebound number 12 here already in the game. Down low. And Zeller kicks to Kid Gilchrist. And another 3 for Charlotte.
Well, he's played a smart and strong game. His field goal percentage proves it.
Warriors trail by 17. Young outside. Can they get it? Here's Pachulia. And that one is good with the extra effort on the glass.
And you just hate to give up those second chance points.
It can be discouraging, frustrating, but you only have yourselves to blame. Box out.
Lamb passes to Howard. Howard setting the pick for Monk. Over in the corner, Zeller puts up a 3. And again, Charlotte with the triple.
With range to go well beyond the three-point line, Lamb can force the defense to extend further out.
Timeout called the Warriors.
Yeah, and his shot selection iffy at best tonight. A lot of forced, contested shots this game. He'll be lucky if he just gets a talking to here instead of a ticket to the bench.
Charlotte making some changes. Williams, he's checked in for Cody Zeller. Batum comes in for Michael Kidd-Gilchrist. And it's Carter Williams in for Monk. Golden State also making some changes. Green comes in for David West. And Kevin Durant is subbed in for Nick Young.
Quick to gain separation and big enough to rise above the fray. Thompson, just deadly from mid-range.
Here's Lamb. Terrific design on the pick play, and he lays it in. Lamb's got 14 points now in the second half. Carter Williams against Iguodala. Kicks it to Thompson. Green with a screen for Thompson. The fader. That's short off the rim. And here's Charlotte. They're on a 12-4 run right now. And the rejection by Iguodala.
And the ability to go vertical, I mean, Iguodala's a sneaky shot blocker.
And then Durant with the dunk.
And aggressive defense causing the mistake, then cashing in.
What a beautiful steal off of great anticipation. His instincts right there were right on.
Here's Howard, and Howard with the stuff.
Love the aggressive mind state. Howard showing how authoritative he is inside.
Warriors trail by 18. Thompson outside, looking for Pachulia. He gets it there. Count it, good. Pachulia's got 6 here in this quarter.
Good movement there, and the lead pass was right where it needed to be.
There's the pick. Howard with a screen on Iguodala. Outside, Williams. Lamb with the ball. It's up against Thompson, and it's going to be 2 free throws. Drew contact on the shot. As you look at the league right now, how different would you say it is from when you played? And if there are a lot of differences, do you like the changes?
The NBA is much different from when I played. When I played, if you shot a jumper from the 15-foot range free throw line, they criticize you as a big fella. Now you have to be able to space the floor. If you were a big fella and led the break back then, they criticize you. Now you have a guy like Durant who is 6'11". So the game has changed from rules. It was so much more physical at the time. It was a slower pace. But, you know, that was then. I love the way that the game is now. I love that players have more freedom. I love that the pace is faster. You don't have to look back at your coach to have a play called every time. The trust is put in these players' skill sets, and so I love it, man. Anytime you can see Harden go to work, Durant go to work, Curry go to work, Westbrook go to work, LeBron go to work, Irving go to work, and just watch them play in an open offense, man, it's a lot of fun. So, yeah, I like the changes, and it was fun when I played as well.
Livingston kicks to Green. He dishes it to Pachulia. Then Pachulia with the dunk. Great game for him. Double-double now. 11 points and 13 rebounds.
Set up nicely by Draymond. I mean, one of the league's best front court passes.
Carter Williams dishes to Howard. There's the pass to Lamb. And there's the call on Klay Thompson. That's his first foul.
I mean, I like the call. I thought the defense was just there a little late.
Batum passes to Williams. Charlotte moving it around. And Carter Williams gets it to go on the assist by Williams. 8 points for Michael Carter Williams.
And it looks like they left their defensive effort back in the locker room, guys. They just haven't had the same commitment here defensively in the second half.
Here's Thompson, and it's sent back by Howard.
You got to be aware of Howard at all times, especially on defense, where he makes his living blocking shots.
Warriors trail by 18. Green kicks to Durant. Picked by Pachulia. Back to Green. Off target from outside. For Charlotte, they've gone 7 of 11 from the floor in the final quarter so far. Been some solid looks for them. Lamb dishes to Batum. It's Williams with the drive. Great D that time from Green.
Oh, great effort there. That's how you defend the paint.
Yeah, he has that capacity. He knows exactly where to position himself to protect the rim.
And Thompson kicks to Durant. And the Warriors miss again. Hornets leading by 18. Carter Williams, the pass to Batum. Carter Williams kicks to Howard. Batum attacking. Another miss by Batum.
Man, right play, wrong result on that one. Generally, you knock those down.
Well, I like the decision making, though. I mean, that's a shot you want to keep taking.
That one goes in.
And Kevin, he's practically doubling his assist totals over the back half of his career. Durant's a more than willing facilitator. Whatever helps his team win, he's willing to do it.
Outside Williams. There's the dish to Batum. Over Durant. And that one goes long. Warriors trail by 16. Thompson in the corner. This one for 3. The basket good off the assist from Durant. Durant's got his 6th assist on the night. Charlotte's gone 2 of 3 in the 4th quarter from long range. Good shooting so far. And here is Carter Williams. And Howard has it in the corner. Back to Carter Williams. 6 to shoot. Outside Batum. And he drops in the layup off the glass. And the Hornets lead by 15.
And Batum really likes getting shots off from the interior, using those long arms of his well to release the shot over the defense.
Here's Durant. And the jam by Kevin Durant.
Oh, and this is some serious showmanship. Loving that tomahawk right there.
Greg, he came with force, and that's not just about getting 2 points. That was sending, I think, a message. Carter Williams can't get it to go.
This has not been his best effort. He's lucky his teammates have been there to bail him out.
Thompson for 3. And it's Thompson again missing. Charlotte leading by 13. Lamb dishes to Carter Williams. Passes it to Batum. Got a piece of it. And here comes Livingston, leading the fast break. Here's Green. It's deflected.
This is what Carter Williams can give you defensively. Terrific length and time.
Banked in off the glass.
And some guys just have a nose for scoring, and this one couldn't have been any easier.
I mean, I don't know whether to say it's amazing or it's sad, but you're down double digits and you still allow an uncontested layup. Where is the pride? Where is your heart?
Green, the screen. Here's Livingston, and he dunks it down.
And among other things, Draymond can also rattle your teeth with the screen.
Now here's Lamb. He's covered by Thompson. Basket is good, and he'll get a chance for one more at the free throw line.
And doing a really good job here of pounding it inside in the second half. Sound strategy with the lead.
One shot. One shot.
Now, after that great college tournament we all remember Jeremy Lamb performing in, Lamb was drafted 12th overall by the Rockets, but his career had a bit of a seesaw for a while.
Timeout called the Warriors.
Yeah, and the amount of points they've given up here in the paint, that's what they got to talk about.
Ooh, this is ugly. No question about it. And you wonder if these matchups aren't favoring them right now.
And now let's present our Jordan Player of the Game, Jeremy Lamb.
And what an amazing ball game we've seen from him. It's been a one-man show worth the price of admission all by itself. There wasn't anything he couldn't do on that court tonight.
Warriors trail by 16. Livingston kicks to Durant. They set the pick. Lets it go from 14. Rebounded by Howard. Howard's got rebound number 15 here tonight. Now Carter Williams. High post, Howard. Back to Carter Williams. On the wing, Batum. Defended by Durant.
Just superb defense there. You could tell they definitely affected the release of that shot.
Good, and it's Green picking up the assist. Green's got his third assist on the night.
Just look at all the things Durant can do on the floor, and it is mind-boggling. He is such a force on offense.
1:36 left in the game. Pachulia sets a screen for Durant. Does not find the basket. He's shooting 50% from the floor on 14 tries. Howard setting the pick for Carter Williams. And it comes off the front of the rim.
Yeah, that's just poor decision making. He's got to be better in those situations.
I'd love to hear his explanation of coach right there. I mean, that should be an interesting conversation.
Here is Durant. 1:06 left in the fourth quarter. Livingston kicks to Durant. Sinks the triple. Durant's got 9 points in the quarter.
And when Durant is looking to score off the catch like that, there isn't a lot you can do as a defender.
Guys, I think this is a game they have to feel good about as we wind through the final moments here in what looks to be a solid win for the Hornets.
Free throws were a big factor in this one.
You know, it's always great to get a lot of shots at the line, but the key, they were able to convert tonight. You start making free throws, and it can get you the win.
And so that moves their record to 11 wins on the year.
And so they win their first game against this squad. It's a 2-game season series, and they'll be going for the sweep the next time they face off.
And a great team effort tonight, helped in large part with contributions, and the nice night it ended up being for Lamb.
He had those defenders shaking their heads. There were times when they thought they had a handle on him, and then just like that, he'd go off on another tear.
We've got 22 seconds left here in the fourth quarter. Pass to McCaw. McGee a screen. McCaw, the pass to Young. Pachulia kicks to Young. So no problem for Charlotte as they get the win. Some good competition, but the hometown advantage and their ability to stay focused, I think, made the difference.
Yeah, and the first step in becoming a good team is your ability to win at home. And they really seem to revel in that opportunity, and this is what they came out to do.
And a chance now to send it over to David Aldridge, standing by courtside. David.
Kevin, thank you. Michael, the key to this game for the team tonight?
It was just a team effort. You know, we moved the ball on defense. We were trying to help everybody out and be in the right spots all the time, and we were able to come up with the win.
Part of a rebuilding team here, Michael. Thank you for your time. Back to you, Kevin.
Thank you, David. Great interview once again. Thank you for joining us. That'll do it for now. For Chris Webber, Greg Anthony, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for watching. We'll see you later.